such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This. Want to get into the little brouhaha going on in the NBA. Let me consult my notes here. The Houston Rockets GM tweeted support for Hong Kong as the Marxist communist China government tries to crush Hong Kong and their freedom. The GM for the Houston Rockets, the NBA team, tweets support for liberty and freedom in Hong Kong. China retaliated, said, NBA, since you want to get into our business, we will pull the plug on NBA games. And I believe some NBA games, preseason NBA games, were not shown in China. That sent the NBA scrambling. I'm sorry, China. I'm sorry that we told the truth about your Marxist government. I'm sorry we told the truth of what you're doing in Hong Kong. I'm sorry. And they started to backtrack. And on the one hand, they're saying, no, China's not that bad. On the other hand, they're trying to say that Americans have the right to free speech. The NBA is going to have to make a decision. On the Tucker Carlson show on the Fox News channel, they had Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock, I think he's bragged several times that he has never voted in the recent past. So he's not a big Democrat or Republican guy, but he's a smart guy. And look at his analysis with the brouhaha happening now between China and the NBA. Watch this.
These basketball players, LeBron James, James Harden actually apologized on behalf of Daryl Morey to the Chinese government. We're apologizing to a communist government, and then we have athletes here and coaches like Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich that rail against our government. We're the bad guys in the minds of these NBA players and coaches and their little parade of being so woke. All of it, to me, is at the behest of the shoe companies. They're doing the bidding of the shoe companies and protecting China and demonizing us and our culture and dramatically changing our culture because these athletes are young. And I'm not giving them an excuse, but they're young.
Right.
Many of them didn't go to college or only spent a year or two in college. They don't understand how they're being used and played to promote a communist, a Marxist agenda. They have no idea that their actions and a lot of the things they're promoting, this victim mentality and all the identity politics and, everything in America is racist, all of that. It's all a scam by the shoe companies. Look how socially aware we are. Look how we fight against injustice. No, you're actually doing a marketing ploy to pretend you have a social conscience, and you're actually doing the bidding of the communist regime in China.
Yeah, maybe the single most racist government in the world.
Is China. The most singular racist government in the world is China. China, Marxist, communist China, who, if you are a Christian, they will throw you in jail if you don't toe the line. Covenant Rain Church, I believe. Covenant Rain Church is the Chinese church with Pastor Wang, who they dragged Pastor Wang and his elders away to jail because they refuse to practice a Christianity void of the Bible. Yeah, that government, China. China, the one who throws people who practice their religion, whether it be Christianity or whatever, they would throw them in jail. Yeah, that China. You know, the government of China, the Marxist communist government, who forces abortion up until recently, forced abortion, had a one-child policy that forced all of their citizens to murder their children in the womb. Yeah, that government. The NBA players are apologizing and kowtowing to that government, while at the same time, and I would be perfectly fine if they just stayed out of politics. No, but they don't do that. You have NBA culture, the players, coaches that regularly rail against our government, regularly criticize our country, our culture, our history, They have no problems speaking very ill of our president, whether you like him or not, respect the office. But they don't. They don't. They will attack our country and malign our history and culture. Yet at the same time, stick up for a Marxist, communist government. What's the Christian angle here? Here's the Christian angle. Just be honest. Just don't be controlled by the enemy. And let's be clear what a Marxist communist government is. It is an atheistic government. It is a philosophy by Karl Marx that says that the religion is the opium of the people. It is a godless political ideology. It is a godless train of thought, and it is a godless government that puts Christians in jail, yet they stick up for it. The NBA, hey, just because you can dunk a basketball doesn't mean that you're smart or moral. Here's what you do. Follow Christ, read your Bible. Just because someone can dunk a ball or run a football, don't look to them. Please don't look to them, because most of them don't know what the heck they're doing, and they're not that godly.
For such a time as this.